And then I'm going to get arrested because I'm looking at this because the people that are supposed to enforce this are not. You were here and you said that there was no stormwater being diverted into my property.
I never said anything. I never said
you
that.
Told Mr. Freed that. Mr. Freed he wrote me a letter saying that you explained to him clearly that there was no water being diverted into my property.
I never said anything that said no stormwater. Maybe Karl and Todd, but
there does not appear to be an issue with water that originates from the above property.
Okay, you just said I did.
Is this KK?
Yep.
That's you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I never said that. Username Todd.
Oh, okay.
But we have been asked to ask you if you would like to speak to us about this situation, that you would have to contact our corporation counsel.
I've done that.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I've contacted a lot of people here.
Okay.
So can you tell me whether or not you feel that there's stormwater being diverted from one property to the other?
Please talk to our corporation counsel, Mr.
I mean, if somebody's taking stormwater from this driveway and running it down my yard, that's definitely a problem.
It definitely could be, but it currently is not an issue that Karl's addressing. So
why not?
You would have to ask him about that.
So
again, I haven't been involved in this.
You have been involved
since I was out there the last time. I have not been involved in this. I
understand that, but you have been involved up to it until that point. You've been to that house 5 times.
Right. So what do you want me to say?
You're telling me that there's no stormwater going in there, and I'm telling you that you're full of shit.
I'm not telling you that there's no stormwater going over there.
Yeah, you're telling me that there's no conveyance of stormwater from this property down here. You told me that this hillside has been doing this for 100 years, is what you said.
Well, I don't know how many years it's been like that. At every intersection of the contour, perpendicular to that is the direction of groundwater flow.
Yeah.
So here's just an example, these 5 lines. So your hillside here, it has been doing this for X number of years, hundreds of years.
We're not even here to look for evidence of a tree being removed, because that's, if you think that's happened, we're not here to say yes or no. I mean, if you're asking me, I'd look and say, I don't see even where the stumps were if all those trees were removed. But we're not here to say all we're here is to reiterate what the county is.
Okay, in another thing too, if you happen to have his old.
Are we understanding that?
I understand it. I understand it. The county concluded that there was no stormwater runoff from his project into my yard. That bulldozer was doing this.
The one that was doing your septic?
No, his.
We're not even going to talk about that.
There's no evidence.
We cannot make a determination of that. We're here to
I'm just saying the entire project, all of it, the entire thing is to run water down here.
Okay.
Everything.
Karl, tell me if I'm telling the county's position correctly. It's my understanding, my perception, that the county believes the development of the neighboring property has not accelerated any runoff on your property that wasn't there because of the top.
And after the onsite on this property, I more definitively believe that.
And the issues as far as trees being removed?
Trees and a hillside, because this was rounded and it was moving all the water that came up there.
If it was rounded and it's not now, to me, it's just a natural occurrence from the runoff, which has not been created by the neighboring property. It's been created by the topography of the area.
No, this is
even if it was cut away, we have no way of knowing who cut it away. Nope, that's on his property.
It shows
even if you showed
the machine going into the backyard of my house.
No, it does not.
Right there.
We've answered this already, okay? You're not gonna get, we don't.
So I got a ditch cut right here. I showed you this day one, where he's cut that hole on the other side here, and then that water runs right into here. Why would he be able to do that?
We don't know if he did that.
Oh, it was, if I have video from 2022 when it was done. Another low spot. It's built up high on the other side. And then you can see here, this low spot right here. He's got the water flowing down there. And then down there you can see that tarp makes a hard right.
That's where it comes.
And I've mentioned it to Karl 100 times that I have a ditch that runs from his property line that was cut out that runs into my yard. And it's right here.
Bob,
And I believe the comment I made back to that, if you believe there's been a civil trespass, you have to talk to law enforcement.
No, it's on his property. It's a big hole on his property. I can't go over there and do anything about it.
That hole is not providing water.
What's that?
That hole that you're talking about is not providing water onto your property. The elevations prove that.
we got 2 more minutes, Bob.
Does that big hole right there provide water into my property?
You're talking about the one on his property?
I'm talking about the one right there where that bucket and rock is.
Well, I have no idea about that, but that's...
Well, isn't that what we're here for?
Well, no, I mean, that's
I mean,
not,
we're here to see.
we don't know who did what at what point. So
No,
how
but
am I
I'm just
supposed
saying
to-
that that's where the water's coming into my property.
No, our elevations that we shot the other day clearly prove that that's not the case.
Did you bring your machine?
Well, certainly,
Okay.
but we don't necessarily have. We don't.
You don't have to go into
permission
his. You can go into mine. You can
No,
do it from mine.
They don't have that time to do that. They did their on-site on the other, determined to develop. I don't want to keep repeating myself. You obviously have water coming onto your property from the hillside and from what was done with your septic, and you do have issues with runoff that I think can be addressed in a number of different ways. But as far as the neighboring property and development, the conclusion is that the
You see
development
no
doesn't do
evidence
anything
of
against-
that project moving water into my yard.
That's been asked and answered. The police have investigated and determined there is no trespassing that they can go after. And I'm sorry if you don't like those answers, but these guys have been exhausted by this over the last 2-3 years.
So if
Anything that you're talking about right now, Bob, you're going to have to talk with Karl about this.
you see this, like that big wetland area,
Yeah,
it's gone. Filled it up with dirt.
I
I know you've only been there for 3 years, but you don't see any of it.
come back in here. we're not gonna be able to give you any answers that Karl has not already addressed.
I was hoping that I could request our report, this report right here that shows that there's no stormwater, that said that there was no stormwater conveyance into my property. And you use an old map with that. And I sent you a certified letter that you received with this new map that shows all these water diversions. And ask that you reassess your opinion based upon the most recent and detailed map. And I have tried to contact you several times about this, and you...
Yeah, but I've had no voicemail from you that's been left recently.
I send emails every 15 days.
Yes, and
Yeah.
those I have not responded to.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why it is that I can't get an assessment with the most recent and most detailed map right here that shows this water diversion. I mean, you were there and you said you didn't see it.
Correct.
I just want to know why this map is not included in anything.
Yes, we have new contour data.
That's from 2023.
Yeah, we have new contour data. But what contour data is the best approximation of what the elevations are.
I understand. This shows this entire hillside cut out right here. You see that? Right there versus right here.
Why it may show that?
No, Carl, that's 100% right there where I've been arguing from day one. That's that big rock wall that's right there. Right there, you can
Yes,
see
you can see that it has been cut out.
Your permit that you gave does not have the same driveway. It does not show the path in the actual area that it's supposed to be at. You were asking other customers and other members of the community that they have to change their diagrams to show a different size of rock, and to show, and this is a diagram that's off by 65 feet, 50 feet, and you don't even acknowledge it. Where this corner is, this corner right here, this is the area of debate, and there's no elevations marked there. Can you show me a picture of that rock wall? You have 20 pictures of nothing. You have pictures of your shoes.
Yeah.
You don't have any pictures of that rock wall.
What I have pictures are what they call this inlet structures for gutters.
I understand that.
Inlet gutters for structure.
I understand
for the gutters.
I understand that. What's that?
Basically, you complained about the driveway.
No, I didn't even know the driveway existed.
So we have pictures of the driveway.
I know, I didn't even know the driveway existed.
No, I just want to be clear.
You're very unclear.
This was another picture of basically showing a gutter going into an inlet structure to push it out. Okay. Here's another picture of an inlet structure, again, for stormwater. This is where it was coming out, which is at this location.
I just want to know why this isn't included and why I can't get an actual. You're using a map that is, you knowingly admit that this is completely not accurate, and you use this map.
The map, because I am not an artist when it comes to drawing. I use the best.
You made this?
Oh no! Do you think I made this? No. This I made. Everything that's in blue is me.
I understand that, but the location of the path. No. Which you use as a reference point in your measurements.
All I care is this.
But there's no measurements here where the actual issues are. You don't want to acknowledge this existence of the map.
No, I just wanted to explain this. So basically, why these numbers are bigger is because they're decreasing in elevation.
Okay.
So I personally shot elevations along your whole lot line, all the way down that trail.
But the area of
hopefully
debate,
determine-
Carl, the area of debate, you show no elevations at zero.
Oh, yeah, I do.
None.
Oh, right here.
That's what? That looks like it points to this arrow right here.
Yes.
It looks like it points to this spot.
All I care is this says 15.
I want to know.
This says
the
15.8.
area of debate where that.
Right here.
I
15.8.
What is it right here, though?
That's 6 inches of difference.
What is it right here where it says glass? Right, where the whole area of debate is. Just provided a bunch of bogus nonsense of pictures of your shoes instead of the rock wall.
Those are Todd's shoes, not mine.
Can I get an assessment with this current map on here? I mean, you're telling me, and you're telling the world, and you're telling the courts that water is not being diverted into my property. It says right here, during the on-site inspection, staff could not visually observe any erosion or stormwater conveyance to your property. Furthermore, it appears that the actual walkway slopes away from your property. All areas that I observed were stabilized.
Correct.
Okay. None of that is real. None of it. I mean, in this map right here, from you can see from satellite footage this thing here, and I can't go up there. I understand that. That's why I called you as my zoning director. That's 100% wrong. This shows that. That's a bobsled path, Carl.
Yes, but
you can't do that.
This is what they call LiDAR data.
You're telling me that's not real?
It's
You
real to a point.
You use the old LiDAR map, the one that's 13 years old in your reports. I just don't understand why.
That's because we got recent LiDAR data in 2023.
I understand that.
Which I love. It's very helpful.
I know,
to me.
and this is from 2024.
But
so this was after this, Carl. You had this, and you came up with this.
No, I come up with this.
Look, what is this? Look at this.
Yeah, that's my.
This is good data.
Oh, that's the best I can do to try to draw.
And then
at least I put it on a nice new map.
Here's your.
I gave you everything. I gave you
I
my
just don't
scribbles.
understand why we don't use the most detailed recent map. Your assistant zoning director in the back of my house said he uses this map, which you infer him to do. You tell him to use this map in my backyard. He says, Bob, your hillside here has been doing this for hundreds of years. And
it has been.
No, this is a huge chunk, like where a bulldozer came in and ripped out a whole hillside, Carl. It's a pleasure to get to talk to you actually for a couple minutes. I appreciate your time.
I'm available. I took the time to go to your property.
After 2 years. It took you 2 years.
I got a lot of people upset with me.
I've also been asking you for a complete list of violations that were found at the property, and you've never been able to supply me with that. You just say that there were violations found, but you do not have any list of those violations?
I believe I've given that to you.
Okay, what are they?
Disagree with that.
What are they?
I would have to take a look at the letter.
Okay. Dude, look at this. It's right there. Look at all this. Now this used to be where the water flowed, Carl. This area right here. That used to be where the water flowed. It doesn't flow there anymore. It flows down to my property now.
Here's all the contour.
That's the updated one.
Yes, because
so here's
gone.
here's that rock wall that's cut out right there. Now this little nipple here, all this water, you can see it in this map. You can see this spot here where all this water flows right to that nipple, and then it goes into the backyard and it flows like this. And if you zoom out further, you can see like like this was all wooded. It's not wooded anymore. Like this is where that hillside is missing. I have it looks like the moon in my backyard now, where they took out the trees. They got big holes, dude, that are like this big, and they're literally this deep. And you call it erosion.
You can file a complaint with Minocqua Police Department.
I understand that.
Which you did.
I understand that, but when I have
Minocqua Police Department was out there, and they did not determine that he did trespass on your property.
They're also looking at a lot of bogus information from the zoning department that's saying that they don't see any of that
The
stuff.
police department investigates independently of me.
Okay, they didn't then.
I probably have two police officers behind you
Can you
that will tell you that. They don't come to me to ask.
Can you tell me yes or no if you will include this map into a more recent, updated, more detailed, accurate assessment of the property?
No.
No, you will not include this map?
No.
Okay.
Because again, I believe
You believe that's more
my
accurate.
gospel.
You believe that's more accurate.
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome.
All right.
I appreciate you. Have a great day, Carl.
Yeah. Don't forget.
You want these in your...
What did I do wrong?
Because repeated acts of videotaping and stuff like that up there for no, so that's...
So I have no legitimate reason?
Well, if you're videotaping him and stuff like that...
I'm not videotaping him.
His office, there's enough there for repeated acts.
No, he has nothing. What did I do?
Repeated acts of constant...
They're in Amanakwa, he's 95.
What did I do?
Repeated acts of harassment, so just kind of being there harassing, videotaping.
On my own property.
They said even if it's on your own.
The district attorney said that I can't be on my own property and take video of something that the county won't acknowledge.
But they're just putting trees in.
No, they're hiding what's there. So I went up there to take pictures while I could, so
They're
that
putting trees in to prevent you from staring up to their house.
You go up there and you tell me that those trees keep those.
Okay.
Those trees don't hide.
Well, we're gonna go take a seat in the car, okay?